with regards to bringing the other dude in, would you say that was primarily driven by her?
I would say it was very mutual. You know, we just kind of realized that, you know, after doing that Jason Love scene, we just didn't realize how viral the whole thing was going to be. And so we kind of got set on the path of thinking about how we could take it to the next level, because it ended up being like by far the most viral thing that any of us had ever been involved with. So at that moment we kind of realized like, oh, this is kind of our thing now. We have to sort of push at the edges of our conventional relationship, and the people will be incapable.
Bruh.
Well, I mean,
Ain't
mostly
not conventional, bro.
well, I mean, we sleep with other girls, but off camera our relationship is entirely traditional.
Crazy. All right, so what I'm really trying to figure out is, because you said you were uncomfortable with the Jason Love scene initially, right?
I was a little conflicted about it. It was a little bit of a weird thing.
And so I'm trying to figure out like where your soul is, and as much as like removing money from the equation. And honestly, at this point, I don't even think money is really the driving force. But,
yeah, just to get it out there, me and her are both multimillionaires and have been for many, many years. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So money's not the driving force. So if it were just up to you and she were a robot as opposed to a human, and you could have it to where you could have things open on your side but closed on her side, would you prefer that?
To be honest, she came to me before we started kind of pushing out the boundaries of our relationship, and she said, what do you think that we should do? Do you think that I should just kind of hang it up and have another kid? Or do you think that we should keep doing this for a few more years and kind of see how far we can take things? And I said, you know what, let's push at the edges. Let's see how far we can take this. So it is primarily a financial thing, but also I can say that when we shot the scene with this other guy the other day, I had a great time. It was fun overall.
Like your time was enhanced because he was there. Because me personally, I like my meat to be the only one on the sandwich.
Right. No, it was exciting. It was exhilarating for sure.
Like what kind of hot dog? It's just like one hot dog on the buns. You're be like, you got all these Vieta sausages coming out the woodwork. So you find that it's enhanced by that? Because I find like
I thought it was fun. Yeah.
Okay.
In a different way than, you know, sleeping with other girls. We've done that hundreds of times together.
Right.
So this was something that switched it up a little bit. Yeah.
Do you think with all of these unusual sexual experiences that it might lead you down a path to where you have to go to extreme things to get off?
No, I've been jerking off to the exact same type of content my entire life. So the idea that guys who watch porn have to sort of slowly get into more and more extreme
I'm not talking
content.
about watching it. You're in it.
Right, yeah. But I mean, I've been doing porn on camera with her,
yeah.
and this is the only thing that we've done that took it to another level. You know, if we did 7 years straight of just having sex with other girls on camera, this is the only thing that we've done that kind of opened it up a little bit, to the tune of us becoming like probably one of the most viral couples in America in the past year. So in terms of where we could take it, I mean, I'm not doing any gay shit, and so that's probably like the primary thing. We've had obviously people asking us if we would ever shoot with a trans person. I'm not interested in that either. So I can't really think of where we would take it.
Okay, without belaboring it, I'm gonna let you carry on.
Sure.
Just one last piece. You know, sometimes we aren't really, you know, seeing ourselves in as much as you said she brought the conversation to you. You said that you didn't feel comfortable initially with the Jason Love being involved in.
Well, I agreed to the Jason Love thing. It was just once it actually took place, I had a tiny amount of buyer's remorse that I quickly replaced with realizing like, oh, this is not a big deal. Nothing changed in our relationship after she shot with another guy. So that was pretty abated quickly. Right.
So it's like called the inversion of morals, which is to say that truth be told, in your heart of hearts, you're not comfortable with it. You want to retain your spouse.
I've had moments of
one second, I didn't interrupt you.
With it,
I didn't interrupt you at all because I do want to hear you out.
You're kind of pushing like a fake narrative by saying that I'm uncomfortable with it.
But I never interrupted you.
Very comfortable.
I never interrupted you because I want to hear you out.
I just wanted to save you a little bit of breath by correcting you before.
I'm not trying to get you angry. I sincerely am interested in what you have to say, but I didn't interrupt you one time. So the reason I ask is because, as I said, you started off, you said that you felt uncomfortable when it happened. She brought up the conversation. You're not bisexual. So sometimes when things happen and you want to keep your lady, you make the adjustment, compromising, but in your heart of heart, that's not really what you wanted. So you're being open, and then you had this idea planted, and then you start adopting it, thinking like, okay, well, I'm okay with it. Maybe it's something that I signed off on too. So you assign it mutuality when in actual fact, the inception of that idea came from her and you've adjusted to it.
I wouldn't say the inception of the idea came entirely from her. This is a conversation we've been having throughout the entirety of our relationship as we met more and more male performers that I was comfortable with, and sort of slowly over time realized that this is something that we both felt comfortable with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so when you say that you were comfortable with, right, and it came over time, whereas with the females, it just came straight away, almost like a natural thing, you might say.
Right.
So why in terms of when the guy comes along, there has to be a process, because it's a process of adjusting to something that's unpleasant?
Why was there a process that it took some adoption? What are you asking?
Yeah, it seems as though different than the females came naturally, and it seemed to not be an issue.
Grid One Motorsports donated $200. I guess it is fair that you get to bang other girls, so logically she should get outside D. Still, gotta be tough to see another dude rail your woman. Also, Paige Inge Butler, these folks need your wisdom.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this dude
Grid
gets it, that of course it's going to be a little awkward for you to go through the transition of seeing your girl do that for the first time. But ultimately, she told me, even up until the moment that she was leaving the house to go shoot it, she's like, I won't do this if you don't feel comfortable with it. Mm-hmm. And I told her, even though there is a degree to which I don't feel comfortable with it, right, I'm still willing to give this a shot because I realize the underlying value. And I mean, to be honest, we've both made 7 figures off of that one scene in and of itself.
And I believe that. I don't doubt the financial aspect at all, but like, for example, I know maybe people watching might not be able to relate to this, but say once you cross $2 million, right? Have you found that there are a significant number of things you can do with money that you can't do when you have 2 million versus say 15 million?
I'm not really doing anything with any of the money I make. I don't have any sort of like fancy habits or hobbies or anything like that. And she's the same way as me. I mean, we're into buying property and starting businesses and stuff like that, but it's not really about the money and what we can do with it, because we don't really do anything with it.
Right. So when you say there was an underlying value, what is the underlying value of your wife getting railed by a big black guy?
Probably just money primarily, but then also I think.
You guys, all right. Wait, go ahead. Let one of them talk.
Sexual
I think that's a checkmate.
Exciting,
that's a checkmate right there. That's a checkmate. Let one of them explain why that didn't make sense. Go ahead, Love. That was a checkmate. Go ahead.
That what? About you
what?
getting railed by big black guy?
Go ahead.
What do you mean?
Tice, go ahead.
I don't know who his wife fucked. Was it a big black guy? Yeah, but I'm so confused.
Nick, the last clip from Lena's Instagram, it's pulled up.
The clip, jeez.
Audio.
Hey guys, guess who I'm shooting with today?
She's so pretty.
Thanks.
It's finally happening. Wow.
Shout out to my guy Jason over there. See the way they're laughing and just kind of having a good time. I feel like that's kind of like a peek behind the curtain for a lot of non-porn stars to realize that, shooting this kind of content, it's not some seedy environment, She had a good time on set. I'm sure he had a good time. I, grew accustomed to it rather quickly. So,
did you have one final point or anything for Andrew? I do want to
No,
try to get...
there was a point in which, like, the argumentative piece I was getting to kind of reached a culmination. I thought they got it, but they didn't understand it. Do you want to summarize that? Do you recall?
Yeah, so basically you said the reason the value is the financial value, is the financials you get from the videos, but then you also say that you don't do anything with the money, that it doesn't really matter to you, so you guys don't live a luxurious lifestyle, that the money is just kind of sitting there. So how is that a financial value if you don't even use it?
Well, her and I are building a business, and also, we have plans of not working forever. So for me, it's like, I would like to leave the game with, I don't know, 10, 20, $30 million. And so us doing that was probably the greatest windfall of money that we ever got from doing anything. And it was relatively painless for us.
One quick question. Are you concerned about your child? I believe it's she's a daughter, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a daughter. I just gave birth a couple months ago. Do you ever worry that one day she'll see this content and maybe would you want her to be doing content like this? Is this something that would make you proud as a father to a young daughter?
I think every parent wants to see their offspring do better than them. So for sure, I wouldn't like to see her, just sort of default to that just because she knows that her parents did it. But as far as if one day she's an adult and she decides that she wants to do whatever, I know a lot of girls who make a shitload of money on OnlyFans and don't even show their nipples. So I can't just look at OnlyFans as a profession and say like, oh, that would be a hideous way for my offspring to earn a living one day, but I certainly wouldn't be encouraging it.
Yeah, you wouldn't say it's beautiful.
Well, I don't. Obviously, no. I would not call it beautiful, though.
So, wouldn't you want better for your own wife?
My wife has she loves her career. She loves the business that we're building. She's happy with it. She was earning whatever, like $30,000 a year at the time that I met her. And in her first week on OnlyFans, she made $30,000. So, the extent to which this has changed our life dramatically has been pretty extreme.
Yeah, I mean, she is selling her body online to random men, and I don't know.
Images of her body, yeah.
I mean, yeah, images of her
body.
body.
Well, when Jason Love shows up, the body itself is going.
Well, yeah, they had a good time on set that day, that's for sure, yeah.
Well, let's not dig in too deep on Adam here.
Pause.
Okay, so going to you, your current relationship status.
So I have.
And can I have you, if you can, try to scoot into the table? I know it's very tight. If you're able to.
Yeah. Good.
Are you able to scoot the chair in, or is there just not enough space to scoot the chair?
There's no space.
No worries. No worries. That's fine. That's fine. That's
I'm
fine.
trying my best.
That's fine. You're good. You're good. Go ahead.
Okay, so I have a boyfriend. This is my first serious relationship.
Okay.
He's from here, from LA, but he's Slovakian like me.
Wow.
Okay.
And I'm faithful, but I do OnlyFans, so I do videos with girls only.
Wait, why did you hold on. Okay.
Butler donated
Oh my God, he's been summoned.
All adult stars on a long enough timeline will get genital herpes as condoms do not protect from it. Do you think you're any different, Adam? No, you're not different, you're filthy.
Oh wow!
Oh my!
Hashtag filthy.
This guy, every show, he's a urologist.
Well, the last one shouted him out. Yeah, but I mean, I get tested for STDs every 2 weeks, just like almost everybody in the porn business. And I've had sex with something like 700 women, and most of those have been unprotected. And no herpes yet. So